Welcome. Today we're digging into something really, well, quite powerful. How tough times can sometimes lead to unexpected positive changes.
Yeah, it's fascinating. We're talking about post-traumatic growth, or PTG.
Exactly. We're using insights from understanding post-traumatic growth to explore what it really means. How it's different from just getting back on your feet and what actually triggers it.
Right. And the first thing to get clear on is that PTG isn't just bouncing back. That's more like resilience, getting back to baseline.
Okay.
PTG is different. It's about actual growth beyond that starting point. It's emerging with maybe a new perspective, feeling stronger in some way.
So it's not recovery in the sense of just returning to normal.
Precisely. Recovery aims for that prior state. PTG is about surpassing it.
Okay, so it's like the experience itself, however difficult, actually fosters something new. What helps that along? What factors contribute?
Well, a few key things pop up. Actively facing the challenges, those active coping strategies seem really important.
Instead of avoiding things.
Exactly. And strong social support, having people around you, that makes a huge difference. And maybe the most central part is finding some kind of meaning in what happened.
Finding meaning. Yeah. That sounds profound. Where does this growth typically show up in someone's life? What changes?
You often see it in relationships. Maybe they become deeper, more authentic. People might report a much greater appreciation for just, well, being alive. A stronger sense of self, too. Like, I got through that. I can handle things. And sometimes big shifts in spiritual beliefs or just seeing new paths forward they hadn't considered.
It feels a bit paradoxical, doesn't it? Something awful leading to something potentially good. But what if someone's still really, really struggling? Can you have PTG and, say, PTSD symptoms at the same time?
Oh, absolutely. That's a critical point. PTG doesn't mean the pain is gone or that PTSD symptoms aren't there.
Right.
Growth and struggle can definitely coexist. It's not about not suffering. It's about positive changes happening despite or alongside the suffering.
That's really important to remember. So how do we, measure this? How do we know PTG is actually occurring?
It's usually assessed with self-report measures, questionnaires, basically. People reflect on the positive changes they perceive in themselves after the trauma, so it relies heavily on their perspective.
Is it like a set process? Are there stages people typically move through?
It's probably less rigid than fixed stages. Everyone's path is different. But yeah, some models suggest a kind of movement, maybe from that initial distress, then a period of searching for meaning, grappling with it all, which can then lead to growth.
Yeah.
But it's not always linear.
Okay, so can we actually, encourage PTG through therapy or maybe personal practices?
There's definitely potential there. Therapy that helps people process the trauma, make sense of it, and build coping skills can certainly foster it.
Makes sense.
And things like journaling, reflection, purposefully engaging with the aftermath rather than shutting it down, that seems key too.
You mentioned meaning-making again. It seems to keep coming up. Why is that so central?
Because fundamentally, it often involves a shift in how you see the world or yourself or your priorities, finding some kind of positive aspect or lesson, not to minimize the bad, but to sort of re-offer your story around it. That reevaluation can be a powerful engine for change.
And what about existing beliefs, like someone's faith or just their general outlook on life? How does that fit in?
Yeah, those can play a big role. A pre-existing faith or worldview or even developing new spiritual ideas can provide a framework. It can offer comfort, a sense of purpose, maybe answers or a community, which all helps in navigating the chaos and finding that meaning we talked about.
Interesting. Is this experience universal, though? Does PTG look the same everywhere across different cultures?
Not necessarily. Culture shapes a lot how people cope, what growth even means or looks like, how it's expressed. So yeah, you'd expect some cultural variations in the whole experience.
Okay, wrapping this up then. The main point seems to be that post-traumatic growth is distinct from just recovery. It's about positive transformation because of adversity, not just in spite of it.
Exactly. And it can happen even when things are still tough. It hinges a lot on coping, support, and crucially, making sense of it all.
It really highlights human resilience, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That capacity for positive change.
It really does, even in the darkest times.
So here's something for you to think about. Considering what we've discussed on post-traumatic growth, are there any current challenges in your own life, big or small, that might, just might, hold some unexpected potential for your own development? Definitely food for thought.